Welcome to today's recording for the Promotion Playbook. Today, I'm going to be talking about the skill set of writing and hopefully give you some guidance on how to prepare for some writing assignments that you may come across during an assessment center. I created the Promotion Playbook for the experienced firefighter that does great at their career. They contribute to the community. Hopefully they have a good family life, but they just can't figure out how to get through this process of promotion. And so the Promotion Playbook was designed as a proven path to your fire department promotion. The way that the book covers is it covers three core components to develop you into the position and also to get ready for the assessment center so that you can navigate through the test and the trials of your assessment center. The three components are story, strategy, and skill set. So the three parts of the book is the first part is introduction story. Then in story format, it reveals the 7 strategies. And then we're into the skill set now and the practical, the tactical piece and all the tactical skills that you need for your assessment center. So now we're in section 3, which is called the Game Day Toolbox. And in this toolbox, it's focused on developing 4 skill sets. The 4 skill sets are study skills, speaking skills, writing skills, and application skills. Every assessment center is going to have some component of this. And so what I don't want you to do is I don't want you to be the firefighter that's the best at size ups or maybe the best hands-on firefighter, but doesn't know how to speak well, can't write well, or doesn't study for the test, because you need to address all 4 of these areas to make sure you're best prepared for your assessment center. And this applies for any assessment center. Some assessment centers there will be more emphasis on these different skills, but make sure that all 4 of these are addressed in your preparation. In the past, I've seen a lot of guys that are just great at the job. They're the person on an emergency scene that you turn to because they're great at firefighting or at commanding a crew or at extrication, or they're really fit, or they have tons of experience on these emergency scenes. But then when it comes to writing a paper, they might as well go back to kindergarten because they totally suck at writing. So my hopes is that my own experience with writing is that I have 3 different college degrees, 1 bachelor's degree, and then 2 associates in fire science, and then 1 in paramedicine, and a ton of other credentials for writing. I don't claim to be the best writer in the world, but I do have a good understanding of the basic fundamentals that you need. It also helped that my dad he was an English teacher also. So this is designed to give you a framework. And what we're going to cover today is we're going to cover this blueprint on how to write an essay. So I call it the essay blueprint template. In the previous recording, I covered the 3-step writing process. And so I'm going to briefly cover that. And then we're going to get into the essay blueprint template. If you're listening on audio, I recommend that you get the book. You can get the book on Amazon. Also, if you go to promotionplaybook.com, you can get, there's some free resources and things like that I'm giving away as a support to go along with your study preparation. So the 3-step writing process is, I'm going to give you just the quick overview of that. Is that the 3 steps is that you set it up, you write, and then you review. So do your setup, do all the research you need, find out your audience, write what you're going to write, and then review it. Now, if you want more on that, there's another video and recording that I did with that. Now we're going to go through the essay blueprint template. And the way this template works is there's actually in the book, there's a 1-page template that you can use. So say for your writing assignment, you have to come up with a presentation. And this is a good template to get an outline for your presentation. It can also be used if you have to write a paper, or if you have to compose an email or anything like that. This is a framework for written communication. So it doesn't apply only to a formal written paper. It can apply to any time you have to do a formal, any type of writing communication. There's basically 5 pieces to this template. And the goal is that I'd like you to get the book and then make copies of this template. And every time you do anytime you put something in writing, it could even be for your report narratives, is just get used to following this flow and this format, because it helps the writing process to become easier when you have this framework to follow. So the first part, there's 5 basic steps to this template. And the first one is purpose. So the 5 are purpose, title, introduction, body, conclusion. So what's the purpose of the paper? What's the title? And then introduction, body, conclusion. The introduction, body, conclusion is the basic part of the paper, but it's really important to know the purpose of the paper and then also the title. So briefly, I'll walk you through the 1-page template, and that'll be it for this recording. So who is your audience? So that helps with your purpose. And what is the outcome? So the first part is, who is the audience? And there's a spot to write that up top so that you're addressing them appropriately. If you're going to speak to a school with kindergarten children, it's going to be a lot different than if you're going to go speak to a group of doctors at the hospital, or an older group in the community, or whatever it is. Know who your audience is that you're writing for, and adapt it to meet whatever challenges or needs or objectives or questions they might have. What's the desired outcome? There's 4 outcomes. You can inform, explain, persuade, or entertain. There's a checkbox for these, or you can circle it, and it doesn't have to be just one, but it's know what your outcome is of the paper and the purpose of the paper. Again, inform, explain, persuade, entertain. And then you come up with the title. So the title should be based on who the audience is and the outcome of the writing, the piece of writing that you're doing. Titles and headlines are really important. So it's good to pick something that's going to kind of hook and grab the attention of your audience. A part of this is, the next part of this is a hook. It says, how would you hook the audience? And metaphorically, it's kind of like you're fishing, and you have a fishing hook, and you want to grab the attention. So you hook the attention of your audience so that right away you have their attention, and you can kind of captivate them into what you're going to say. So the initial hook you're going to have is in the title. So there's the title. Get something that's going to grab the attention of your audience, and also give them an idea of what you're going to share. So make it relevant and make it appealing to what they want, what you're going to share. Next is the introduction. And I put the hook in the introduction because it belongs there, but it's also part of the title. So what will you use to hook the attention of your audience? I gave you some examples of hooks that you could use: a question, a fact, a metaphor, a statement, a story, a description, or a quotation. You can use any one of those, and just to kind of brainstorm, all of these are options on this template to where you can circle that or check that and be like, hey, am I going to start with a question? Or maybe I just start off my presentation by stating a fact or giving some data that's relevant towards the cause I'm making. A story or a description or a quotation. So all those are good ways to start a paper, and it'll summarize what you're going to share with them, and then it'll also kind of grab their attention. Then you start with the main point. So what is the main point? And then what are the 3 reasons to support the main point? So it's almost like if you picture a tripod, if you could also have up to 4 main points. I don't recommend, or 4 reasons to support your main point. So here's the main point. You think of it as a tripod, or you could even think of it as a table. Is what is the main point, and how do I support that with these reasons or these legs to support that? So here's the table. It's supported with 3 or 4 legs are the reasons that back this up. So the main point is this, and here are the 3 reasons to support the main point. Reason 1, reason 2, reason 3, and you just tell that. So in the introduction, you tell them what you're going to tell them. Then in the body, you provide 1 to 3 facts or examples to reinforce the reasons. So reason 1 is this. Here's the 3 things that back it. Reason 2 is this. Reason 3 is this. And then finally, the conclusion is you give a summary of your the main point and the 3 reasons. Then clearly define the next step of the process they should take. So again, you want to end by summarizing it, but also you should direct them towards a course of action, so that it just you don't give the presentation without a call to action with your audience. And here's an example from Jake, who's the story, and I'll just give that to you real quick. So here's his, it's a name, rank, date, the objective, how to compose a powerful message that get results. So that's his objective, and it's going to his fellow B Shift brothers and sisters. So he addresses his audience. He knows who it's for. The purpose of this letter is to share with you a powerful way to communicate using the essay blueprint template. This format will help organize your thoughts so you can communicate with clarity and purpose. Essays are a great way to communicate. So here's the introduction and here's the three. So the main point is that essays are a great way to communicate because they are simple, versatile, and get results. So there's three things: simple, versatile, they get results. That's the three legs to support his statement that essays are a great way to communicate. You could go up to 4, but at the most, you wouldn't want more than 4 to 5 reasons would be the max that you would give. So here we go. So the first one is simple. The format is simple and easy to use. One of the biggest challenges of writing is a message on what they say. So he amplifies that it's simple. Next paragraph, he amplifies why it's versatile, and you can use this for anything else. Third paragraph, he amplifies why it gets results. So there's 3 paragraphs. So there's the introduction, there's a paragraph to back each of the reasons that's supporting the main point. And then this format is a proven way to get results. And then he summarizes it. So at the end, then he summarizes it. He tells them what he's going to tell them. He tells them and expands on it. And then at the end, he gives a summary, and he calls them to, he gives them an assignment for the next time they meet, so that they'll actually follow through it and put it into action, so that he can help them use this template and develop their writing skills, their written communication skills. So one more thing I want to share with you, and then we'll bring this to a close, is the I think I can pull up an image real quick of this diagram that it's common throughout the book, and it also applies to this. Well, I'm looking for this diagram, but I'm not finding on the video, so I won't hold you for that. But think about this. I mentioned the table metaphor. There's a book that's called The One Thing. That's a good book in terms of your thought process and your focus for the preparation, which the whole game day toolbox is based on your one thing of getting that promotion. And then it has its 4 skills: study, speak, write, and apply. So anytime you write a paper, what's the one thing and what's the reasons to support it? And how do you back those reasons? So you just picture a good visual is you picture that table, and it's supported by 3 to 5 legs, depending on the table. It's going to have to be a tripod table, but you want to support your main idea with these 3 points and then bring it all to close. So that's it. You can check out the essay blueprint template. I encourage you to practice using it anytime you put something in writing. It's a simple template, but it can represent great depth depending on how much you expand it. So I recommend you print it out, you handwrite on it before you do your paper. So this is if you go back to the writing process at the start, is your setup is to print out the blueprint template and just handwrite it out just to get some ideas, and then start citing some references and some places you're going to use. Then you use the template to create your paper and to fill it all in, and then you review it and finish all that. Thanks for watching. I hope that's helpful. I would appreciate if you subscribe or like the channel or give any type of feedback is greatly appreciated as we go through these skills. And I'm going to continue to deliver content for you to help prepare you for your fire department promotion. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.